What's up, everybody? Cosboys here with a new commentary that will hopefully be posted on Yoush. Not sure how I think you pronounce it like that. I think I'm correct. But, just some domination, AUG, pretty normal setup, high scoring. I have some stupid moves that I do in a second. But, what I wanted to talk about today was kind of want to go over every scar on my body, and usually there's a pretty good story behind most people when they have a pretty nice looking scar. Well, I don't know if nice looking, but you know there's a story behind it when you see it. But first scar, let's go. I'll go head down. Alright. So first scar is right above my nose, in between my eyebrows, a little bit below where the opening between your eyebrows is. And well, this is the story behind it. I was going to a 8 or 9 year old Little League game. I was a pretty tall kid, about 5'1", 5'2", that'll come and play. But my dad, he was trying to be funny, and some lady was laying down taking a bit of a rest on a bench or something. He's like, "Hey Pete, look, a dead lady." So I looked and kept staring, cause well, I was 9. I was like, could this lady be dead or something? And I was staring at her, and I kept walking, and I walked right into one of those big steel bleachers, and that hurts, cause I had this big gash right above my nose, and the thing is, it was more than a flesh wound. You could hear my whole head go bong, like one of those big Chinese cymbal things, and it hurt. And I was playing catcher that night, and the band-aid would keep falling off when I had that big sweaty mask on, and I kept trying to put it back on in between pitches, and after one inning, my coach just took it off, threw it on the ground. It's like, "You're fine, now just play." Well, me being the overdramatic 8 to 9 year old kid, I was scared. Like, my head was gashed open, coach. I couldn't play clearly. But I was fine, and I have a pretty nice mark there, but it's probably fading. And, going down, let's see. Alright. Guess wrist. Alright. I have this weird looking scar on my wrist. It's like, almost looks like a mosquito bite, but it is a scar. The story behind that is, we live right next to this big building that used to be a place called Wayne's World, and it was a basketball, volleyball place, like a big old gym. And we have this baseball diamond in our backyard, and the fence was the fence separating us and Wayne's World. So I would hit it out of the fence every once in a while, and I'd have to jump over the fence and get my home run balls when me and my dad were out there practicing. It sounds like I should just quit baseball and I'll be a lot healthier person, but so I jumped over to get it. Fine, I picked it up, ran back to where I could get over the fence to my house, and when I jumped over, my wrist got caught on the sharp top of a fence, and it was ugly. Like, it was pretty gross looking. And my dad, when he gets angry, or when I get hurt, he automatically gets mad, cause like, I don't know, he is that way sometimes. And he started screaming at me, and he's like, "I warned you before, you knew this would happen." And I was just still kind of in shock, cause my wrist was all gashed open, but that didn't end up in stitches or anything. It was just kind of ugly. And I kind of tried to hide it from him, but when he saw like blood dripping on my arm, it's kind of like, what am I gonna say? I clearly had no excuse. But moving down, my next one is the biggest scar on my body. It's about a quarter. It's picture, like normal US currency quarter, and it's pretty much that size. But so this is a really this is the ugliest one easily. And me and my cousin were riding our bikes around in my yard, and now we were trying to go up a hill. Well, the hill's small, it's like a septic tank hill, and we set up this little board that would try to be our jump, but that's kind of irrelevant. But so I was going around the hill, and I was turning to get up the hill, like I was turning around to get up the hill to where the board was, and so I turned, and the bike's tires were very flat, and I skidded out, and you know, like I was straight, and I just fell over. I'm straight up and down, and the bike just falls over. I fall with the bike, and my leg got busted up. Like the brake handle, I think it was, went into my leg about a half an inch down there, and it didn't hurt at all. It was one of those things where, like, wait, I'm bleeding? I saw it, I fell down, and I started screaming. This was like 9 or 10, because when you see the fat, clearly it's muscle, of course, by me, but I mean, when you see fat or muscle coming out of your leg, it's kind of a traumatizing situation, because, well, like, that's not supposed to happen, and I was scared. And my cousin, he was probably about 15, 16 at the time, he ran into my mom. She came out. The weird thing is, this thing did not hurt at all. When I found out, I know I probably said this, so blood dripping down my leg. It was so weird. I was surprised when I saw it. So I was walking in, blood dripping down my leg, and my dad comes home, I think, takes me to the doctor or an emergency room, and he says, and they said they couldn't help me at all because they're jackasses or something. But I got that cleaned out, and there were actually no stitches or anything on it, because the only option was plastic surgery, and me being a 9-year-old kid, the only thing I knew about plastic surgery is when people got their boobs done, and you know, that wouldn't go so well with my friends. They're like, hey, you got a boob job on your leg, you know, the average idiot 4th grader. And my last scar, to finish up this last minute or so, was right on the outside of my calf, and this is from being an idiotic 5-year-old. I jumped onto a big garbage bag that my mom had laying out, because I thought it would be nice and soft, because it looked all nice, soft, and poofy or whatever. And, well, of course, there was probably some kind of beer can in there. It actually more of a beer glass, and a nice big shard of glass went into my leg, and that thing bled like a mofo, man. That thing bled like crazy, and I was scared to death. I mean, I was a 5-year-old, and there's half my blood coming out of my leg, it seemed like. So we went to the doctor, and of course they couldn't do anything at all, because all my injuries are like puncture wounds or something, and they don't like those at the doctor. And I was scared, man. Like, you have no idea. But this has been Cosboys. Hopefully this is going on Yosh, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And why don't you come over and subscribe to my channel, KOZBOYZ1, or something like that, and like and favorite, and keep on checking out these Yosh videos. Have a good day.